Well, hey folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and we're on the weekend again, and it looks like this weekend's weather is going to be your typical summertime pattern where we have thunderstorms in the afternoon, clear skies in the morning. It will be calm in the morning, hot, and then the sea breeze should kick in. But lately it hasn't been kicking in. It's been blowing out of the east, so they're calling east 10 to 15. And what I want to talk about is really quick is really kind of watching the weather, especially this time of year, because these thunderstorms pop up relatively pretty quickly. Matter of fact, we had some guys that were fishing right over here yesterday, and as Rich and I were leaving the building, I told them, I said, if they stay much longer, they're going to get caught, and it's going to get nasty because there was this thing happening called, I'm kind of a weather nerd too. I love weather. I don't know why, but anyway, there's this thing called an outflow boundary, and what was happening is that outflow boundary was building right on the coast, and I was watching the storms move in from the east. So I told Rich, I said, this storm's gonna pop off. I said, we're gonna get it pretty good, and sure enough, it downpoured, and there was lightning. I actually saw a lightning bolt hit my pond in my backyard, so it was pretty nasty there for about 30 minutes. It rained so hard you couldn't see the lake behind my house at some points. But anyway, on my camera, I caught these three gentlemen taking refuge, which I'm okay with. I have no issue with that at all. I'm glad they did it to kind of get out of the weather. But they took refuge underneath our sunshade here. And I should have said something to them before I left, you know, and just said, hey guys, you might want to watch out for this storm that's building. It's going to build on top of you pretty quick. And when a storm builds on top of you, that's not good at all. So I should have said something. I didn't. I apologize to those guys, but I'm glad you found refuge underneath our sunshade. So if you're on the water here on the river and you come up on a storm or something like that, I have no problem. I've got cameras so I can see you, but at the same time, we can, if you want to take refuge, you can. I don't have a problem with that. So anyway, again, this is the Friday fishing forecast. Unfortunately, we didn't get a video last week. We caught a ton of fish, but a lot of them were 23, 22, 23 and a half, and then a ton of them were really small, so it just wasn't really video worthy, and that's my fault. I should think outside the box a little bit. But anyway, make a long story short, our boat's gone. I got here and it's gone. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened. Nothing caught it on camera, so I'm not really sure what's going on. So I don't know. We've talked to the proper people, and come to find out, Chad went fishing without me. Can you believe that? Chad went fishing without me. And I just texted him. I said, "How's the bite?" And guess what he said? It was slow. Well, of course it's slow, because I'm not out there fishing with them. But anyway, he's out fishing today. Unfortunately, I couldn't go with him. I wanted to so bad, but I'm so busy here. I'm finally closing on our house. So good for Chad about getting out during the week, getting on some fish. But anyway, we're going to go out tomorrow, and I've got some really good plans of what I want to do and how I want to approach talking about what we're doing and how we're doing it. I want to get more in depth. I want to have people get more involved and get a better understanding, because we do get a lot of different questions, and sometimes it's the same question over and over again. So that's what we'll do. So anyway, let's get to the Friday fishing forecast. You better be working. Rich is building the jigs. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the Friday fishing forecast and see what we have in store for this weekend. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tides and salooners for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a high tide at 2:11 p.m. at a 2.89 foot, and then we have a low tide at 10:23 p.m. at a negative 0.44 foot. On Sunday, we have a high tide at 3 p.m. at a 2.74 foot. Then we have a low tide at 11:09 p.m. at a negative 0.29 foot. So as you can see, they're going to be very slow incoming tides most of the day, and then it's going to turn late in the afternoon and it's going to scream out. I was told by a friend of mine that stopped by here that when they were out the other night, the crab flush was unbelievable. They haven't seen a crab flush like that in a long time. So with this rain, what it does is it helps flush those past crabs and those blue crabs out of the bay on a hard, what they call a hill tide, where it just dives and goes out very hard for a few hours. And what it does is it picks those crabs up off those flats and pushes them out the bay. And what happens is those fish, be it grouper, snapper, even flats fish, snook, redfish, trout, and tarpon, they gorge on these crabs. And like the last full moon that we had, about 5 days after when we fished on that, after that full moon, those grouper were slapped full of crabs. So that's what they concentrate on. When those crabs start flushing, that's what those fish are concentrated on. So if you're fishing that negative outgoing tide, make sure that you have the correct bait. You can go and dip net these crabs pretty easily, and it's actually a lot of fun to do so. So if you're going to fish the crab flush, definitely make sure that you have a net that you can dip down and grab those crabs. So let's go ahead and talk about the major and minors. On Saturday, we have a minor feeding time from 7:52 to 8:52 a.m. And then we have a major from 2:36 p.m. to 4:36 p.m. And then on Sunday, we have a minor feeding time from 8:59 a.m. to 9:59 a.m. And then we have a major feeding time from 3:33 p.m. to 5:33 p.m. So those are the salooners for this weekend. They match up pretty good on the change of the tide. So especially that major, something's out there busting the water. I don't know what it is. Almost sounded like a tarpon, but anyway, so making sure that you're out in the areas that you want to fish and that you know fish are at on these major and minors, especially with this slow incoming tide all day long. So it's just going to make it a little bit more difficult. And then again, you know, watch the weather. The weather can be tricky this time of year, so watch the best radar that I have found that shows the outflow boundary is actually Bay News 9, the Klystron radar that they have. That's the only one that I've really been able to see an outflow boundary starting to form. And I tell Chad when I'm in the water, I watch it religiously this time of year, and I'll tell him it's time for us to go. And by the time we get here, get cleaned up and everything's done, we get in our trucks and it downpours. So understanding the weather, making sure that you don't get caught in some nasty stuff, because it is not fun being on the water when lightning's popping all around you and you're trying to drive and it's raining so hard that you can't see in front of you. So just be aware of the weather. Again, this weekend there's the Tampa Bay Boat Show. We're not there, of course. Sunray Marine did not have a booth this time because of lack of inventory. So what we're doing now, Southeastern is going to be there all weekend, and they have our jigs available along with all the other stuff that they have for sale: rods, reels, line, all that stuff. But they also have Tampa Bay Fishing Channel gear there. So if you're going to the boat show, make sure you stop by Southeastern Fishing Tackle's booth and buy from them, because they're a good supporter of our channel. July 10th, we are having a get-together at Sunray Marine at the Largo location. I'm really excited about it. We're gonna have food trucks, we're gonna have an ice cream truck, I'm working on a steel drum band, which we had at my birthday party, and it was awesome. I love steel drums, so we're working on getting that together. But it's gonna be July 10th from 12 to 4. And like I said, we're gonna have a food truck out there, we're gonna have an ice cream truck out there, we're gonna have steel drum band out there, and we're just gonna hang out and have a good time. We're also gonna have our gear there, so if you want to buy some stuff, we'll have that available there too. So it's something that we just want to do. We like to have these get-togethers, and I think this one's going to be special because there's a lot of different players that are going to be involved. There's another company that's going to be there, and I need to get the name, but they actually have a tri-tune boat that they actually flood the back, and it creates a huge wake, so you can like surfboard on it or wakeboard. So you can definitely do that. They're going to be there at the get-together too, so something a little different outside of just fishing. So I think that's pretty cool. But again, July 10th from 12 to 4. It's on our events page on Facebook. So if you want to come, sign up there. Not sign up, but just say that you're coming. And we look forward to having you there. Again, thank you for all of the support. We really, really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. It's been awesome. So again, fish more, catch more. and we'll see you on the flip side.